I, Nephi, having been born of goodly parents, therefore I was taught. Last time we spoke about consequences, balance, and the importance of teaching. Now let's talk about how we learn and how that affects you, using Nephi's life as an example. Teaching is fundamental to successful families. In fact, teacher is the very definition of a parent, from helping their children learn how to walk, talk, dress, and eat, to showing them how to drive a car, avoid danger, and respect family members and friends. Every day, in word, restraint, response, and example, parents are teachers. In fact, great parents make great teachers. Mothers, grandparents, extended family, siblings, friends, strangers, everyone teaches. It is what we do as individuals, parents, community members, and part of our global family. For good or bad, we teach and we learn constantly. Nephi's formal training came by going through the standard schools of his time. He attended weekly religious gatherings, Torah study, on-the-job training in his father Lehi's businesses, life lessons at the knees of his mother, and in many other ways. Lehi, following the traditions of his fathers and his faith, the polyglot nature of living in an important center of regional trade, and his own basic business logic, made sure his sons also learned the skills of trade and language. Nephi was also taught by example. He watched his parents, siblings, and friends, the common people on the street, and everyone else. Nephi watched how his father conducted business transactions, how his actions expressed his attitude toward life, how he handled problems with his children, how he fearlessly confronted angry crowds, and what it took for him to upend his family and leave his home without question at the will of the Lord. He watched how his mother struggled to accept all that her husband asked of her, and how she handled doubt and remained faithful. As the middle child, he must have learned from her patience, compassion, and empathy as she acceded to and supported her husband's ideas, then became a mighty rock on which he could lean. Most strongly, Nephi must have learned the importance of family as she tigerishly raged for her children's protection, as they accepted missions of near certain death, and later as she assumed the matriarchy of her unexpectedly expanded family. Nephi learned as part of his own family teaching system, where parents teach each other and their children how to balance their lives. In becoming a husband and father himself, he was able to recycle and build upon those things he learned from others. Ultimately, in families, we learn to be like God. That is the goal. As such, a parent's most valuable teaching is love. Love for God, self, and those around them. Love is also the most valuable teaching tool. Why? Because God is love, and that love is characterized by concern for others. You want the very best for them. You ache for their pain and work to help them prepare for its inevitable arrival. You are there for them. Let them learn what they can from their experiences and reach down and pick them up when they just cannot rise on their own. Another critical benefit of love is patience. Any parent who has helped a toddler rise to its feet again and again knows the value of patience. It is the core of learning on the part of the teacher in dealing with his own limitations and in facing the challenges of standing before yet another room full of students. It is also core to the learner as he or she struggles to grasp new concepts, personal limitations, and how to work with imperfect teachers. The balance we find in love is the ultimate enabler. Many a student has been inspired by the teacher who does not give up, by the friend who stuck by you no matter your failings, and by the parent who was always there for you, even after they had experienced another long day at work and terrible traffic. Love recognizes that we are all imperfect and that imperfection is okay. It's not only okay, it is expected. Jeffrey R. Holland said, "So, be kind regarding human frailty, our own as well as those who serve with you. Except in the case of his only begotten Son, imperfect people are all God has ever had to work with. That must be terribly frustrating to him, but he deals with it. So should we. And when you see imperfections, remember that the limitation is not in the divinity of the work." As one gifted writer has suggested, when the infinite fullness is poured forth, it is not the oil's fault if there is some loss, because finite vessels can't quite contain it all. Those finite vessels include you and me. So be patient and kind and loving. Learning is easy. We all do it, but learning well, learning continuously, drinking deep from the well of whatever is available, making it a part of your life and using it as a tool to help others is harder. Nephi was a thirsty learner. Next time, we'll take a look at what this concept means for us and how it contributes to our getting the most and the best out of life.